Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this Work Zone Safety Media event. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come to this. My name's Kevin Glenn. I'm the Communications Director at ODOT. I'm just going to start this, announce everybody who's speaking today, and then I'll come back at the end to handle some logistics. Speaking today will be Kris Strickler, Director of ODOT, Captain Kyle Kennedy from the Oregon State Police, Brodie Harvey, the General Manager at Knife River, and Amy Ramsdell, ODOT's Delivery and Operations Administrator. We hope to have Senator Chris Gorsuch here. He's not here at this moment, so if he gets here, we will add him to the end of that list, and we'll love to have him. Again, thank you everybody for coming. ODOT Director Kris Strickler.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you. I want to start by just saying how much I appreciate you being here today to talk about this important topic. The work that our team does, and frankly that roadway workers and law enforcement officers and utility workers and across the board do on a day-to-day basis is absolutely dangerous work. And it's difficult work as you think about just what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I've had the privilege of personally working alongside many people that do the work that I just described. ODOT maintenance crews, construction contractors, law enforcement, tow truck drivers, you name it. And nearly every single one of them has some story about somebody that was either in a close encounter or somebody that was in a near miss or somebody that tragically was impacted by something in a work zone. Too many of these stories are more than close calls, where a coworker, a friend, a family member, somebody didn't go home that evening. That's not a story that any of us want to tell, and that's not a reality that those families deserve or need to experience. These people work hard every day. The women and men of ODOT work alongside talented contractors, law enforcement officials, and others to deliver for Oregonians on a day-to-day basis. That work is difficult, that work is dangerous, and that work at times feels unappreciated if in fact we have more danger that enters the work zone because of inattention or because of distracted driving. The numbers are clear. In Oregon, we had 584 work zone crashes with 10 fatalities, and that is up from 507 in 22. So the numbers I just described were in 2023. These aren't statistics. These aren't just stories. These are people's lives. These are families. These are individuals that will forever be impacted, and they leave behind legions of people that will also be impacted forever. Every one of the crashes was preventable. Every one of the injuries or deaths did not have to happen. We are seeing more speeding, more distracted driving, and more people thinking that they can multitask when trying to operate a vehicle. This is a dangerous setting, and it's a very unpopular and negative habit to get into. It's not just road workers who are at risk. The majority of the people killed in work zone crashes are drivers and their passengers. It's somebody who's alerted or comes up upon stopped traffic and creates a chain reaction of other impacts for others. That's why we're standing here today, delivering this message. Slow down, pay attention, and move over. The people that are out there doing this work are doing it for you and for your benefit. They deserve the courtesy and the appreciation and the understanding that the work they do is difficult and they're there to serve you. Our people can't keep you safe if they aren't safe themselves, and we need to prioritize that in all of our work zones. Work zones aren't just cones and flaggers. A roadside worker could be anyone that I described earlier, as well as, frankly, anybody who's not in a work zone that is identified by cones, flags, orange vests. It is people that are on the side of the road trying to help you and continue to help the traveling public of Oregon. Over on the side, we have 81 feet marked out. 81 feet is the distance that you can travel by taking your eyes off the road for a mere second. I encourage you to walk that before you leave, to see what the impact of that is and just how far a vehicle can travel in that 1 second. And I know that those that are spending time looking at their phones are looking down for more than 1 second at a time. The crashes that we have in the work zones won't stop until we all take responsibility for our actions in those work zones and what that contributes to others. Our road workers are doing everything they can to keep you safe. And as I said before, they can't do that if they aren't safe themselves. So please do your part, help us, Encourage your friends, family, and neighbors to look out for those around them and keep everybody safe so they can all go home at night and we can enjoy a better Oregon. Thank you.
Good afternoon. As introduced, my name is Captain Kyle Kennedy with the Oregon State Police. I'm a public information officer. We're here to bring awareness to work zone safety this week. These are hazardous areas where work is actively being done on our public roadways. And there's passing motor vehicles that are moving through these areas that are active and sometimes unpredictable. Work zone safety is really a partnership between the construction crews, road workers, and motorists. While construction crews and workers play a role in ensuring that work zones are free of hazards and are clearly marked in terms of routes and where vehicles are to go, motorists play a significant role in these work zones by making sure they remain vigilant and aware of the altered road dynamics while passing through these areas. These active areas are where operators should be able and ready to react when things change unexpectedly. This could be slowing traffic conditions, it could be uneven surfaces or narrowed roadways. Vehicle operators should expect to reduce their speed in these construction zones. These reduced speeds will allow operators additional time to react when necessary to hazards, both predictable and unpredictable. In March of this year, a trooper here assigned to the Salem Area Command issued 2 citations in work zones for speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour. These are unacceptable speeds. They're problematic and they create an unsafe environment for workers that are already working in a difficult environment. We're asking motorists to slow down and play their role in reducing speeds and remaining vigilant in work zones. You can support work zone safety by reducing your speed to the posted limit, ensuring you stay within your lane, remaining off electronic devices, and never operating a vehicle while impaired by any substance. These are efforts that are collaborative in reducing work zone incidents and doing your part to help make sure these workers go home safely at the end of the day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brodie Harvey. I'm the General Manager of Knife River's Willamette Valley Construction Division. First, I wanted to start by expressing my gratitude to ODOT for organizing this important event and for inviting me to speak. It's an honor to be here today to discuss a topic that's incredibly close to my heart, and that's work zone safety. Part of the reason that I'm standing up here in front of you today is because I'm someone who's seen firsthand the consequences of unsafe driving in work zones. I was a part of Knife River's team in 2017, although it seems like yesterday, on a project where our company experienced a devastating tragedy on I-5 that claimed the life of one of our team members, Ron Davis. Ron and another Knife River employee were working within a closed work zone, removing traffic signs and other traffic control devices at the end of one of our paving shifts when a third-party vehicle entered our work zone and struck the truck being driven by Ron. The impact of that event was profound, underscoring the critical need for heightened awareness and improved safety measures in work zones. Ron was dearly loved by his wife, his sons, and his daughter. His family has endured unimaginable pain and loss, and it's truly unfair that their husband and father was taken far too early due to unsafe driving in one of our construction work zones. We owe it to them and to every family affected by tragedies like this to ensure that no one else has to experience heartbreak of this kind. Now, at the time of that accident back in 2017, Knife River contemplated no longer bidding on interstate work just because of the dangers involved. But thanks to ODOT's commitments to enhancing work zone safety, we decided to continue our efforts with building highway work, albeit with great caution. And progress has been made, but I believe there's still work to be done to make work zones safer. I have team members every day who go out and work next to live traffic. I have teams out today working in work zones, and any one of them can tell you that We continue to see speeding through our work zones. Drivers are increasingly more distracted as they travel through our work zones, and we need to do something to change the culture around driving in these areas. It's not just about following the rules, it's about understanding that behind every cone and barrier, there are real people with families who depend on them. I have some statistics from that 2017 project on I-5 that I was involved with that I'd like to share. On average, 5,000 vehicles pass through our work zone each shift. And we did the math and it works out to about every 5 seconds a vehicle passing our crew members. During that project, we observed a lot of risky behavior by the public driving through our work zones. Obviously, we lost Ron, who was a 25-year dedicated Knife River employee and one of our most experienced site supervisors. We also had another team member who was severely injured. Additionally, we experienced around 100 equipment damage incidents that didn't result in injury, but very well could have. We counted 80 orange traffic barrels that were struck by traffic and destroyed, multiple traffic signs, and many other pieces of equipment that were struck and destroyed. We also observed around 20 vehicle wrecks by the public within our work zone while work was going on. Our crews reported over 60 near misses and other work zone intrusions. And we describe a near miss as an event where our team was either inches or seconds away from being involved in an incident. After that fatal accident involving Ron, our team was fortunate to have troopers from 5 separate Oregon State Police work units from Portland through Salem commit to patrolling the project. And we were provided some statistics by the Oregon State Police at the end of that 3.5-month period with the results of their patrols. They made 55 vehicle stops, which resulted in 6 DUI arrests, 46 citations, and countless warnings. They also deployed spike strips twice in our work zone while crews were working. And I can't imagine being able to complete that job or any job on the highway without the support of the Oregon State Police. So that is one beneficial change that's come out of that fatal accident in 2017. And unfortunately, there's just not the resources there for the OSP to be able to staff every one of our jobs, every single shift. And that's where I think that work zone speed safety cameras are a great alternative to having the Oregon State Police on site. And that's something that I'm very much in support of. So to conclude, these numbers highlight the urgent need for change and the importance of events like this to raise awareness and promote safer driving practices. I urge everyone here today to take this message to heart, slow down, stay safe, and respect our work zones. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Amy Ramsdell, Delivery and Operations Administrator. You've just heard a first-hand account of the real dangers that our contractors and our ODOT workers face every day. Unfortunately, this story is not unique. In 2024, 304 work zone safety incidents occurred in ODOT work zones. That's a 15% increase from the previous year. Even more concerning is 67 of those incidents resulted in property damage or injury to an ODOT employee. That's a 45% increase from 2023. And those are just the crashes. But what about the ones that almost happened? The near misses are tracked so that we can learn from that and improve traffic safety, and they're extremely underreported. Ask any ODOT crew member, as has been noted. They'll tell you about the car that barely missed them. They'll tell you about a vehicle speeding through the work zone without slowing down. The moment that they truly felt like and feared they wouldn't make it home that day. These moments happen all too frequently, and every near miss is just inches away from becoming a tragedy. Our crews are out there doing critical work. They're repairing the roads, they're installing safety features and clearing debris, and often they are just a few feet away from the fast-moving traffic. They are someone's parent, someone's spouse, a sibling, or a friend, and they deserve to go home safely at the end of each day. We have taken steps here at ODOT to improve safety. We're using technology like automated flagger assistance devices, and we're increasing the visibility in work zones, and we're working closely with law enforcement on enforcement efforts. But engineering and enforcement alone won't solve the problem. We need you, the drivers, to also be part of the solution. And what does that mean? What are we looking for? Please, slow down in our work zones. Putting the phone down and staying focused while you're driving through is appreciated. Moving over when you see someone working on or near the road increases the safety. We can replace guardrails and we can repave roads, but the one thing we can't do is replace a life. Please, let's make sure that every ODOT worker makes it home safely.
All right, well, thank you to all the speakers today. We'll just give them another round of applause. Thank you.